You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chillson, and this is my review for Arthur the King. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Arthur the King is a 2024 action-adventure film based on a true story. Desperate for one last chance to win, Michael Light convinces a sponsor to back him and a team of athletes for the Adventure World Racing Championship. As the team gets pushed to their limits of endurance, a dog named Arthur comes along for the journey, redefining what victory, loyalty, and friendship truly means. The film is directed by Simon Kellen-Jones and stars Mark Wahlberg, Simu Liu, and Natalie Emmanuel. So this is Dory the Queen, and she got to see Arthur the King with me tonight. What'd you think, Dory? Did you like it? Were you at least thankful you didn't have to live that life of them crazy poor dogs out there in the wilderness? They even mention a chihuahua in that movie, huh, Dory? All right, so Dory wanted to go on her own adventure for a while. She'll come and help me send you all off on your next adventure. So, Arthur the King was a movie, obviously, that was on my radar. The trailer's been pretty present around, I've seen it several times. And as a dog lover, I am someone who's kind of a sucker for dog movies by and large. So, of course, I was going to see Arthur the King. It just so happened that it was also the AMC Screen Unseen for March 11th. What a pleasant surprise. Anytime Mark Wahlberg's in the lead, I'm a little bit trepidatious because that track record, especially with these mid-level kind of feel-goody drama types, it's spotty, for sure, spotty. But the dog outweighed the Wahlberg. And at the end of the day, Arthur the King delivers exactly what you want from this film. And that's kind of what you can ask for from any film, right? So let's talk about the positives first. Well, the general story is the positive. This real life, true story was the basis that set everything else up for any success. Of course, when you're dealing with a dog as one of your main drawing points, your main characters, so to speak, then you got to get us in the field. You kind of got to get us connected to this dog. And once you do that, I mean, you pretty much have your audience invested to some degree. And they do a good job of getting you invested in this dog. The dog is very charming and endearing, and his interactions with the humans is also very cute and endearing. So as celebrity builds within the movie, the celebrity kind of builds out to the audience as well and gets us invested in this dog and his story just as much, if not probably more, than the humans and their story going on at the same time. But it's an incredible story and one that certainly makes for a fun film as well. It's visual, it's exciting, it's feel good. It has all the elements of a nice crowd pleaser. And I love that more so than just your general dog buddy kind of film. This one really deals with the ideas of survival and redemption. And that connection is really what binds these two, what brings them together in the first place, and then what keeps them together throughout. And I actually found that messaging to ring really true, and it felt authentic. Now, Mark Wahlberg is actually quite good. He's playing his usual type of character, but he's very charismatic. He's very sweet, and particularly in some of his interactions with the dog near the third act in that final stretch of the movie, I think he does a really good job, actually. Simu Liu and Natalie Emmanuel, they're not given all that much depth to deal with, but they are solid for what they're asked to do. And I have to say, we get some genuinely kind of like thrilling sequences here, particularly one with this zip line in the middle of the movie that I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Now, if only it was filmed a little bit better, this makes for like top tier set piece, in all honesty. If this had had just more of a steady hand behind that camera, more of a solid direction to it, it would have been amazing. But even as it was like a really thrilling sequence. And yes, they try very hard in the end to pull on those heartstrings and to get you to cry. And, to an extent it works. I mean, emotional manipulation does its job a lot of the time. And especially when you add a dog into the equation, it's much easier to do so. And this film, I mean, it hits those heartstrings when it wants to. Plus, it's only an hour, 30 minutes. It does not overstay its welcome. It is an easy breezy, feel good crowd pleaser type of film. It doesn't really strive to go beyond that. It knows the type of movie it wants to tell, and it tells that pretty well. So then what doesn't work so well when it comes to Arthur the King? Well, I did just talk about that like zipline sequence and how the visual filmmaking could have made that so much better. And that's pretty much across the board here. The cinematography is very flat. It looks like a streaming or television movie, very brightly lit type of cinematography. The editing is quite strange, and some of the camera angles are very weird. Like they try to be a little bit, I don't know, artsy with it out of the clear blue, and they didn't need to be. Just stick with the streaming style. So everything visually is either just bland and unremarkable or is a little bit distracting in how they try to move through things with the editing or the strange camera work. Also, the screenplay is not that deep. We don't really know anything about these people. They try to do a couple of through lines, particularly with one of the older members of the cast in his knee, and then Natalie Manuel gives this like bombshell partially through the movie, but they don't really spend time to get to know these people. Honestly, we just know them as a team, and we kind of hope they succeed, mostly because we want to see the dog succeed. But they don't flesh them out as characters really at all. We actually don't even really get to see this character gel as a team and get that bond between the humans all that much either. So yeah, it is only an hour and a half, but when you look at the screenplay, you understand because they don't spend the time to really develop anything further than dog-human relationship. So overall, Arthur the King is a perfectly lovely film. If you enjoy films about our relationship and bond with dogs, I think you're going to really enjoy this film. If you enjoy like inspirational film, if you enjoy inspirational true stories, feel good crowd pleasers, I think you're going to really enjoy Arthur the King. However, if you're looking for something deeper, if you're looking for something more original, then you probably already knew from those trailers that Arthur the King does not deliver that. That's not what it's seeking to deliver, and that's not what it does give. So overall, if you just want to feel good at a movie theater, I think this is a perfectly lovely matinee. Otherwise, this feels like a perfect film to watch at home for streaming. So that was my review for Arthur the King. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click that like button down below and click that subscribe button so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Are you excited to see Arthur the King? And what are some of your favorite dog movies? What are your story? Let us know either in the comment section down below or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye.